Hello, my wonderful friends. I'm Super Marie, and I'm so happy you're here today. Welcome to another Little Marie story, where every adventure is true, every lesson comes from the heart, and every story reminds us that God has placed something very special inside each one of us. Some stories will make us laugh, some stories may even make us cry, but every story will help us discover the courage, kindness, and strength that already lives inside us. So, let's open our hearts, use our imaginations, and discover today's adventure together. Are you ready? I knew you would be. Let's begin. Today, I want to share a story about something that happened after I moved to the United States. It's a story about tennis, about rejection, about leadership, and about discovering that sometimes the people who are overlooked become the ones who bring everyone together. This is the team that said no. After many wonderful adventures growing up in the Philippines, my life was about to change in a very big way. I got married, and together, my husband and I began a brand new chapter. We moved to the United States. Everything felt different. The people, the places, the language, even the way of life. It was exciting and a little scary at the same time. Every day became an opportunity to learn something new. I didn't know it then, but God was preparing me for an amazing journey. One day, my husband told me he wanted to learn how to play tennis. I had never imagined myself playing tennis, but I smiled and said, "Then let's learn together." The first time I picked up a tennis racket, I wasn't very good. Actually, I missed the ball quite a few times, but I kept practicing. The more I played, the more I loved the game. I wasn't trying to become a professional player. I simply enjoyed learning something new. And before long, I felt ready for the next adventure. I wanted to join a women's tennis league. One day, I went to the tennis courts, where a group of women were practicing together. They looked like they were having so much fun. I smiled, walked over to them, and politely asked, "Excuse me, may I join your team?" They looked at me. They looked at each other. Then, without ever seeing me play, they said, "No." Just like that. No tryout, no opportunity, no chance to show what I could do. For a moment, my heart hurt. I quietly walked away. But as I was leaving, I started thinking, I wonder how many other women have been told no. Instead of going home, I decided to do something different. If I couldn't join their team, maybe I could build one of my own. So every time I went to the tennis courts, I looked for women who didn't have a team. I walked over, introduced myself, and asked, "Would you like to be part of our team?" One by one, they smiled, and one by one, they said yes. Soon, our little team began to grow. Most of us had never played together before. Some had played for years. Others were just beginning, just like me. But none of that mattered. We practiced together, we laughed together, we encouraged one another. Every practice made us a little stronger. Every day, we became a little more confident. Before long, we weren't just a group of women learning tennis. We had become a team, and we couldn't wait for our very first match. Finally, the day of our very first match arrived. Can you guess who was standing on the other side of the net? It was the very team that had told me no. We smiled. We wished them good luck. Then the match began. The ball flew back and forth. We ran, we served, we cheered for one another. Every point was exciting. Sometimes we won the point, sometimes we lost it. But no matter what happened, we never stopped encouraging each other. We kept believing, we kept trying, we kept playing as one team. Then the final point was played, and together, we won. We laughed, we hugged, we celebrated together. But the biggest victory wasn't the trophy. It wasn't the scoreboard. It was discovering that a group of women who had once been strangers had become true teammates. And in that moment, I realized something wonderful. If that first team had invited me to join them, I might never have met these amazing women. Sometimes, what feels like the end of one opportunity is really the beginning of an even better one. And that tennis team taught me a lesson I have carried with me for the rest of my life. Let's discover that lesson together. Well, what did you think? That was quite an adventure, wasn't it? When I was younger, I thought those women rejected me because I wasn't good enough. But many years later, I realized something very different. They didn't really know me. They had never seen me play. They simply made a decision before giving me a chance. That experience changed the way I treat people. To this day, when someone wants to work with me, volunteer with me, or collaborate with me, I don't decide based on first impressions. I give people an opportunity. Then I watch. I look for character. I look for kindness. I look for a willingness to learn. Because I've learned that amazing people are often the ones who simply needed someone to believe in them. I've been blessed to work with incredible people over the years, not because they were perfect, but because someone gave them a chance. And together, we grew. So before you decide what someone can become, give them a chance. Don't judge people by where they are today. Look for their heart. Look for their willingness to learn. You never know, the person everyone else overlooks today may become tomorrow's greatest teammate, greatest leader, or even your very best friend. Thank you for joining me for another Little Marie story. Remember, every heart has a story, and every story has the power to change a life. Until next time, keep believing. Bye, everyone.